1986, Marvel Comics did the unthinkable. They killed hundreds of mutants and changed the X-Men forever. The Mutant Massacre wasn't just a story, it was a massacre in every sense. Mr. Sinister's Marauders descended into the sewers beneath Manhattan and began slaughtering the Morlocks, the hidden community of outcast mutants. Hundreds are slaughtered, heroes were broken, and the tone of the franchise shifted permanently. This crossover event from 1986 is a landmark for Marvel Comics, primarily written by Chris Claremont and Louis Simonson. It's famously recognized as the first major X-Men shared universe event, and is noted for its unprecedented brutality and lasting impact on Marvel's mutant comic series. The Mutant Massacre fundamentally reshaped the X-Men franchise, shifting it towards a darker, event-driven model that persists stories ones like Fall of the Mutants, Inferno, and even 2023's Hellfire Gala. The X-Men, X-Factor, even Thor and Daredevil tried to stop it. They failed. The death toll reached into the hundreds. Legends were shattered. Champions were defeated, and the tone of the IP veered. While battling the Marauders to save the Morlocks, Angel was attacked by Blockbuster, who crushed his wings. Another Marauder, Harpoon, then impaled his wings, pinning him to the wall. But still, hope. In the depths of Marvel's darkest hour, a god descended into hell. Thor, number 373, isn't just a crossover, it's divine intervention. And the Marauders butchered the Morlocks beneath Manhattan. One mutant lay crucified, Warren Worthington III, the Angel. His wings, symbol of grace, were shredded. His body pinned to a sewer wall like a martyr. The X-Men were scattered. The tunnels ran red, and then, thunder. Thor, god of thunder, didn't come from glory. He came because innocents were dying. He tore through the Marauders with righteous fury, lifted angels from the wall he was impaled from, and carried him to safety, but even a god couldn't undo the damage. Warren's rings were dying, infection had set in, and though Thor saved his life, he couldn't save his soul. That moment when a god saved an angel wasn't a triumph, it was the beginning of a fall. Warren was crucified. His wings, a gift of his mutation, stood once as a symbol of hope, mutilated beyond repair. Gangrene had set into his bones. Doctors said amputation was the only way. They were subsequently amputated under the direction of Karen Hodge, who was secretly managing Warren's affairs and wanted him to lose his mutant abilities. The loss of his wings, a fundamental part of his identity, devastated Angel. Broken, humiliated, Warren faked his death in a fiery plane crash. But just before the explosion, something ancient intervened. Apocalypse. An immortal mutant god plucked Warren from the jaws of death and made him an offer. Serve me, and I will give you wings again. Warren said yes. In that moment, the angel died, and death was born. Apocalypse just didn't rebuild him. He reforged him. Razor-sharp wings, poison-tipped feathers. A mind twisted by pain and programming. Turning him into his death horseman, Archangel, marking a dark evolution for the character. This event set the stage for Angel's transformation and solidified the darker tones of the X-Men's 80s storyline. This wasn't redemption, it was rebirth, the ruin. A god saved an angel, but only to turn him into a weapon. The Mutant Massacre wasn't just brutal, it was structural. It birthed a modern crossover model. One story, multiple titles, annual events. A blueprint Marvel still follows today. And its shadows still loom. Every tragedy in mumankind's history echoes back to that night in the tunnels. This was the moment the X-Men stopped being just superheroes and became survivors.